Yes, we finally got confirmation after so many years with Lightning. The iPhone is finally getting USB Type-C. Now, I know this sounds absolutely crazy to a lot of you out there, but USB Type-C is the most important thing for the iPhone. And before I explain why, first I've got to go through these bombshell leaks from one of the most reliable sources and analysts out there, Ming-Chi Kuo. As you can see, he just released a new statement saying that the iPhone 15 lineup is gonna switch from Lightning to USB-C next year. And as you can see in this recent tweet from this morning from Ming-Chi Kuo, he says that the new iPhones in the second half of 2023 will abandon Lightning and switch to USB Type-C. And the reason for it is to improve iPhone's transfer and charging speed in terms of the hardware designs. And the reason why this tweet by Ming-Chi Kuo is so important is because Ming-Chi Kuo was actually the one person who previously said that the iPhone would not get USB Type-C. Back in March 2nd, he said that the iPhone would be sticking with the Lightning port over USB-C for the foreseeable future. Yes, he said that USB-C is detrimental to the MFI business's profitability and its waterproof spec is lower than Lightning and MagSafe. But the crazier thing that he said was that if the iPhone abandons Lightning in the future, it may directly adopt the Portless design with MagSafe support instead of a Type-C USB port. And now, just 2 months later, he is completely flipping the script and saying that next year's iPhones are getting USB-C. Now, if you remember, I did a video back in January about the iPhone 14 Pro getting a USB-C port. As you can see, I got these renders created by Renders by Shailesh showing off that USB Type-C port, and I even made a video telling you guys to brace yourself because USB-C is coming. But unfortunately, I think I was wrong about USB Type-C coming on the iPhone 14 Pro, and it's actually coming next year. But within this video, there was a very, very interesting point that I made. Listen to this.
Our new connector is called Lightning. So now we have Thunderbolt and Lightning in our connector strategy. This connector is a modern connector for the next decade.
Phil Schiller said that this Lightning connector is a modern connector for the next decade. Yes, that's for the next 10 years, and this event actually happened in 2012. So the whole basis of my video was, what if in 2022 we finally switched to USB-C? Well, it looks like this is gonna be the last year with Lightning, and next year we are getting USB Type-C. And that's exactly what Mac Rumors talked about in this article, saying that the Lightning port is near its expiration date. So what's next for the iPhone? Well, of course, USB Type-C. Now, on top of that, the crazier thing is that Mark Gurman, who was the most reliable Apple analyst and leaker, has been talking about a USB-C iPhone for a while. Way back in 2019, he said that Apple is testing some versions of the iPhone, including a USB-C connector. That was back in 2019, so it's been a while. And he said that moving to USB-C would make the new models compatible with chargers used for hundreds of other devices like Android phones, which would be a major benefit. And last year in August, he talked about Apple's confusing charger lineup, saying that we have Lightning for some of the iPads and the iPhones, we have USB-C for the MacBooks and some of the higher end iPads, we of course have MagSafe for 3 different devices, and now he's saying that Lightning has served Apple well since 2012, but USB-C has clearly won out across the industry, has become the default connector for new devices. And yes, I believe that both the Pro models and the regular 15s are gonna be getting USB Type-C, and that has to do with a brand new redesign, because Apple is on a cycle where every 3 years they totally redesign the chassis. And I believe if they're gonna be going through all the trouble of making this redesign, as you can see, having like a flat glass back with protruding glass on the back and the front like this, which is totally unique, then Apple might as well redesign the port. I thought that the iPhone 14 lineup would be getting this redesign. As you can see, we talked about these different leaks that Ross Young confirmed with the dual hole punch camera, as you can see right here. And of course, renders by Shailesh helped me with those rumors, and man, this iPhone design looks sick. You got the glass on both the front and the back, circular power buttons, and this actually originated from Jon Prosser's exclusive leak of the iPhone 14, which happened way back in September. He said that the iPhone 14 is getting a full redesign with these crazy new design, updated speaker grills, completely flat glass back, which obviously this looks absolutely beautiful. But the interesting thing is, within those renders, he kept the Lightning port around. And even a couple months back, he said, Twitter, bookmark this tweet, if the iPhone ever gets USB-C, I will shave off my eyebrows. And then of course, we got a major shift in the leaks, with a lot of leaks of the iPhone 14 lineup coming out, showing off a similar design to the iPhone 13 that we already have. As you can see, the same design as we have with the iPhone 13 lineup, but with larger camera bumps. So after that happened, Jon Prosser came out with a new video saying, this is the real iPhone 14, finally admitting that it's more likely that the iPhone 14 lineup is gonna stick to the same-ish design as we already have with the iPhone 13. And within that video, he admitted that he thinks he received his renders and leaks 1 year early. So he admitted that it's more likely for that full redesign with the flush glass back, protruding glass on the front and back to be coming next year with the iPhone 15 lineup. So what all of this means is that this is likely the design of the iPhone 15 Pro. And as you can see, USB-C is probably coming next year. This is super exciting. So with that said, a lot of you guys are probably saying, hey, let's skip the iPhone 14. Why would we buy it? Because the iPhone 15 is getting USB-C. That's a major improvement. Well, let me get into the different features we should expect and why it might actually be worth it for a lot of people to upgrade this year. First of all, we have the new lineup with the iPhone 14 regular Max model. Now, in terms of the displays, we actually got a display panel leak, as you can see right here. And dang, the bezels are reduced on these Pro models. We have the dual punch with the pill and the cutout, and we have an even thinner and wider speaker grill, which is gonna be barely visible. But I think the really big feature about this year's iPhone, at least the 14 Pro model, is gonna be the cameras. This is literally gonna be a camera revolution, with us finally getting a 48 megapixel main sensor capable of shooting 8K 60 FPS video. But this creates a problem because Shrimp Apple Pro has confirmed that this year's 14 lineup is sticking to the Lightning port, which is an issue because if we actually have 8K ProRes video with the new 14 Pro with the 48 megapixel camera, that is going to be a ton of storage space being used. And how are you supposed to transfer all of that using Lightning? Well, in my personal opinion, I think that the 14 Pro models this year are gonna feature an upgraded USB 3.0 Lightning connector to significantly improve the transfer speeds. And to be completely honest, I think this year's iPhones are gonna look absolutely beautiful. As you can see in these renders that Shailesh created for us, they look absolutely amazing, especially with this display redesign with the thinner bezels. I mean, this is gonna look awesome. And then of course, the last thing I wanna add to this video is next year, when the iPhone switches over to USB-C, we're gonna get a huge wave in the future of new Apple products and accessories getting the USB-C port. As you can see, this is an AirPods mod, ditching Lightning for USB-C. I think this is gonna be a huge deal to finally start getting AirPods, AirPods Max, different accessories, fully switching to USB Type-C. That's gonna be awesome. So there you guys go. Those were all of my thoughts on Ming-Chi Kuo's leak of next year's iPhones getting USB-C. Let me know if you agree with me down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one, and definitely check out one of those two right over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.